Hi Aries, welcome to your weekly reading. This is going to be for the week of the 21st, going all the way to the 3rd of April. So let's jump straight into it, Aries, and see what's going on for you guys, okay? As always, I'm going to be pulling out the oracle cards first, and we'll clarify with some tarot, okay? All right, for Aries, please, let's get one more. Thank you very much. Now, there was a theme that was coming through when I was sitting in your energy here, Aries, for the fire signs especially. Now, what it does feel like is that you are being protected, and that's one thing I want to remind you of. There might be a little bit of impatience coming through within this week in terms of wanting to know an outcome to a situation that seems to be changing maybe faster than you expected or in a way that you didn't expect it to go. One thing I'm going to say though is that the goal still remains the same. Whatever it is that you're working towards in life, whatever success means to you, I do believe you will attain that. But right now, I do believe there is a lot outside of your control, Aries. And one thing that they're really pointing out here is that allow it to be for now, because I do believe something is very guided. Something very guided is happening right now, which is why we have the higher power card. Always says that there are certain things we cannot see. It's kind of beyond our two eyes, which is why we have the third eye here. And it's just really asking for you to trust within that. A lot of you guys could actually be reconnecting to yourself a lot more within this week. Maybe really tapping into your own intuition a lot more within this week. And if you have, you might have heard the same message about kind of allowing these things to unfold naturally around you, whether it be relationships, whether it be, you know, new work or job opportunities or projects that you're planning on doing, or the outcome of these things. You can't quite see clearly within this week with what's around you, but inside I think that you're going to know how this is going to end up, whether it's good or bad. I'm not sure. I think it's going to be different for everybody, but Spirit is just reminding you with the TikTok card that not everything needs to be in your control, and sometimes it's for the best to let go of something. If it comes back round again, then it's great, or if it kind of blossoms on its own, then it's great. But it's just really asking for you to either prioritize something else right now, whether it's self-care, whether it's other areas of your life, and not to focus solely on this one thing, because it's going to be changing, but it needs to be outside of your control, whatever that means. Whatever that means, there is some changes. I'm going to actually clarify this with the tarot deck and see what else is coming through. But sometimes it's best to leave things be and let them, again, unfold naturally. And that's really what this whole reading is kind of about here. We have the Four of Cups coming through. I'm going to pull a few more out. Number 4 could actually mean something for you within this week. A lot of the time it represents foundations. It represents, I kind of like it as like almost the building blocks here. All right, let's see. It's also about protection too, which is what we were talking about, okay? Let's clarify the Four Cups and we'll speak about it. There could be something on your mind. I do get a level here of procrastination, which does tend to happen, again, when we're kind of waiting for an answer or waiting for an outcome here. Just be aware of this. Sometimes we can be so into where the future is going to go that we can kind of really destroy the present because it doesn't seem as good right now than what it could be. Be aware of that. I think gratitude is a really good thing to practice within this week. It's great to have your mind set on a goal, and I would actually recommend around this time, the new moon is here, so on the 1st of April, so definitely write down on a vision board things that you're wanting. When it comes down to the future, this is a great time for your creativity to come out, and again, get it down on paper, or at least set those intentions around that time. But just again, be aware, make sure that you are grateful for the present and the things that you do have and the things that you have attained so far, because what you're wanting and desiring and thinking about will come, but it's just in a different time, okay? And we can't control that. Let's clarify the Four of Cups, please. And sometimes we can reject offers and things that are good for us, and whether it's activities, whether it's, you know, going out and stuff, socializing, because we're so fixated on one thing. This is really asking for you to kind of pay attention to other things right now and not miss out on opportunities because of something here. Now, also, one thing I'm also going to bring up here, Aries, be careful of overthinking. I know it can, is that my problems are solved because you said that. I understand. It's easier said than done. Trust me, I am a human being. I go through the same kind of things that everyone else does. But with the Five of Wands coming through, this just mentions internal conflict, especially with the Four of Cups here. I would say if you are giving someone either an ultimatum for some of you out there, or, you know, an opportunity, you've asked someone something, or this could work roles reversed, it could be someone else. But one story I can get here is that maybe you've asked someone something and they're taking a little bit longer to get back to you. You can't, I think someone needs to make a decision on their own, and not to pressure this person into it. And for you, Aries, not to overthink the outcome of this. I think that the Five of Wands, the internal conflict will subside, but it's best to not think or sit in that energy for too, it's best to not think. It's best to not sit in that energy for too long, to replay situations in your head of conflict of the past, it feels like. Because with the Five of Wands, you can do this forever if you really wanted to, if you chose to sit in this energy, because I always see this as like a round and round energy. It's never ending. It's consistently going. It's childish energy, or again, it's hard to remove this energy when you're in it, because it kind of gets the ball rolling in terms of procrastination and overthinking, and again, replaying arguments, and I should have said this, and, you know, I just feel like it's just going to complicate what you're trying to manifest, because underneath this, on the bottom of the deck here, we do have the King of Swords and a Magician, and this almost feels like advice. Could be dealing with a Gemini or an air sign here, whoever this may be, Virgo also, but this is really asking for you to take a logical standpoint on a situation and to not be cold about it. I don't think that's the case, but I think they're asking you to use more of your head in this situation, because with the Magician card, you are in a very big manifestation period of your life right now. Again, we are coming up for a new moon, so it makes sense. But if your mind is in this procrastination and worries, fears, doubts, or internal conflict, or again, replaying the conflict that has been going on around you, what is going to happen is you are going to manifest the wrong thing. So just be aware of that. What we're wanting is a change, and in order to get a change, we have to change the way that we're dealing with things currently, okay? Because I do see underneath that, if we do take this King of Swords standpoint and have this conversation, or speak or think about this logically, and maybe get things off your chest, or again, kind of cut away from anything that is, again, causing drama in your life. If it's your thinking or someone else's way of thinking, the judgment does say that what you end up doing will end up bringing you truth, clarity, and success with the Six of Wands, and maybe even some recognition. This feels good though. I think for some of you, you are becoming the bigger person in a situation, and maybe no longer entertaining situations again that is conflicting and argumentative, or again, there's a lot of competition and tit for tat, basically, if any of you are familiar with that expression, which is, yeah, okay. Anything else here for Aries for the week ahead? And also be very mindful of your words. Magician and a King of Swords, this is good in a way, of where your words right now is definitely a powerful thing for you within this week. So again, use your words wisely. I think that what you say this week matters to people, whether it's good or bad. Again, I think it can help people make certain decisions in their life. If any of you want to be speakers, if any of you want to be coaches or teachers of any kind, or anything to do with helping others with your voice, this can be a very good time for this. And this could be a good way of actually using maybe some of the internal struggles to maybe have people relate to that, as well as lift them up and uplift them, okay, with the Magician. You know, when they say that when you go through stuff, you can kind of use it in a good way to help others, because you are winning from this, by the way. Let's clarify this Four of Cups again. Okay, the Sun, here we go. We also have the Death card here, which is about transformation. In this case, it is about growth and actually seeing the other side of the tunnel. Basically, the light at the end of the tunnel is a better way of saying it, okay? But being in the now is super important. As you can see, you can sit under this tree and refuse to partake in something because something else is on your mind and you are going through something right now. Or you can just bathe in this moment and try to take your mind off of something that clearly isn't giving you a direct answer just yet. So it's really about where are you putting your time and energy into with this Magician, and to start cutting cords from people who are causing too much drama, and maybe check ourselves within this week here, Aries, if we are the person doing that. But again, for most of you, it is going to be external. We have the Moon card just sitting here. I forgot to, oh, I didn't pick it up. Let's see. Anything else for the Magician? The Knight of Cups. Ooh, so interesting. Because I do feel like you're working a bit more on balancing your emotions when it comes down to this dynamic here, but some of you could be extending yourself or someone, or could be manifesting someone, maybe an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius again, or maybe a water sign, or we have a Leo here as well and Virgo again. Any of these signs, you could be manifesting love, but it's coming in when you have balanced your emotions here, Aries, because for some reason you're being asked to do that. And again, this could be someone who has a colder exterior, someone who does kind of come across as maybe they don't have these feelings or this care for you, but you are going to discover the truth behind that someone does actually care for you and have a lot of respect for you as well, okay? Whether it's platonic or not, someone is coming through with some compliments, always nice. Could be someone you work with as well. Okay, Aries, I'm going to pull you out some of these just to give you a keyword and an affirmation for the week. I really do believe, by the way, one thing I'm really going to mention to you, Aries, is that things could be so great within this week. I do get a lot of free will coming in. It depends how you use this energy, which is why the Magician is here. If you use it strategically and logically when it comes down to the King of Swords and pay a lot of attention to where your energy, where your words, what you're saying and where that kind of stuff is going, where your heart is going, you know, what you're giving, again, time, energy, money, and investment into, you can create some really great stuff because, as the Magician says, you have all the tools in front of you and you are connected within this week, as we mentioned in the beginning, to manifest something great, especially with the Sun card here. But it's just a matter of letting go of something that hasn't reached a conclusion just yet, so that you can enjoy the present and stay hopeful about the future, you know, despite what the outcome may be. All right, let's get you out a keyword for Aries. Grief. Here we go. And patience. I understand that losing something is an opportunity to appreciate it, okay? And in this case, letting go of something might help you, or maybe it might help someone else. Again, maybe a separation is needed. Maybe some time out is needed. And again, time is needed here, with patience being here too, which says, I accept that everything happens in divine order. So it is about having more trust with the universe like we had over here, okay? I'm going to pull you out some love cards as well, Aries, see what's coming out for you here. For Aries. Sword and a Rose, which says clarity, truth, revelation. So you are getting the truth around something and you are receiving communication here too. Clear. This is very honest and open discussions, by the way, so have no fear or doubts. I think you can read between people's lies anyways. All right, for Aries, that's way too many, Spirit. We have I like you. So someone is making their feelings known, Aries. Nice. Good for you. We like to see this. It says someone likes you, romance is blooming, fun flirting, wants to date. And we have the Sword and the Rose here. Some of you could receive flowers or be giving someone flowers here. Might see more of it. It's a sign. That romantic relationship is very likely going to be a lot more open from now on. After you give them time, most likely for some of you, okay? All right, Aries, I love you guys. I'll see you guys next time, okay?